Hey everyone, Ryviews here, and welcome to my review of the Gundam Virtue from Gundam 00. This is the 5th Gundam in the line, the 5th model kit, and yeah, this thing is old. It's from 2007, which means I was, only 3 years old, a couple years old, when this thing came out, but this is a really cool model kit. This is one of my favorite designs from the show, if not my favorite. I know everyone loves their Exias, they love their Jin Reborn or whatever, but the Virtue's where it's at for me. Big, chunky, cool. I mean, come on, how can you not like this guy? Detail-wise, this model kit is just really nice looking. Yes, I did panel line it, and there are a lot of stickers, which gets annoying after a while, but overall, the figure looks good. It feels good, too. This is a solid model kit for its weight. This thing is heavier than some action figures. So obviously, model kits for Gundams are usually action figures or action figure adjacent. Yeah, box basically shows what it looks like in the anime, just with some more space and lighting. And you basically have your warnings, your model shots, and the replicated artwork, and some more things showing you what you can do. Though interestingly enough, it's a lot more brown toned here as opposed to, say, the actual model itself. Here's about the box. A box is a box. Now the instructions, they're instructions. They look cool. You see the character, you have the thing on the back, yada yada, you have all your spreadsheet stuff. You basically get a nice full look at this guy, what he's supposed to look like. Yeah. And the pilot is Taria? I forgot how you say his name. Cool character from the show. Not my favorite, but he's still really cool. Then you have the line art and a still from the show. And then what I am 99% sure is a CGI render or a really ballooned up actual photo of the model kit. I can't tell. And now that you've pretty much gotten a full look at this guy, let's go into some of the more interesting quirks, aside from the sheer amount of stickers. For a 2007 high grade, he has a lot of detail, the joints feel solid, but he also has a little moving, not cockpit, but basically the cover for the GN drive. That is super cool and interesting. It's just a little fun thing that you get to, yeah, really cool thing. You can just move that up and down, and same with the one on the lower section right there. Really nice, really cool. I love little features like that, especially since these are robots. They're not people, they're robots. Don't tell the I Am Gundam dude that, though. Yeah, these have cool thrusters, but it's not just a thruster. Also, if you can get your finger in there, buster shot, cannon, really cool. This thing is probably one of the coolest things. And spoiler alert, technically this thing has a mobile suit inside of it, but not the high grade. That would be a separate one. The master grade I think does it though, where you have the full mobile suit inside of the armor. This thing's kind of like the Gundam Alex, where it has the Gundam Alex has the cherubim armor. This thing just has a whole new Gundam attached to it essentially, which is super cool of a concept, and it flows really nicely. And I also like how chunky he is. Gun gives me massive penguin vibes, but yeah, these things just kind of go in and out, and you can have them as a full out cannon, or just plug it back in, and ooh, I think I broke that a little bit. So yeah, you can have your cannon out or in, and the gun looks cool. It is big, it is heavy, but the kit can support the weight really nicely. And to that end, it actually has 2 handles. And since these split out, you can actually just, I'm not going to do it, but you can remove the hand cover and basically have him dual wield the cannon, which is super nice and cool. And speaking of his cannon, he also comes with 2 beam sabers, and of course 2 beam effect parts for said sabers. These of course being Gundam 00's trademark SB9 beams instead of the more standard SB13 beams that you will find on most other Gundams or Gundam model kits. And of course, taking another look at the cannon now that it's no longer on him, I did panel line it. It looks really cool, spot on, accurate, very nice, has articulation in of itself. It has articulation, so that is really nice, really cool. all the floaty things, and those can go all the way around and up and all that other fun stuff, so you can kind of put it wherever you want. It has a little engine detail thing that you can kind of just see in there. Really nice. The handle, of course, moves as well, and this is just a cool looking gun, and it has a lot of nice details, color separated. You don't always get that with Gundams. And yes, he can dual wield and hold his blades, though you have a decent chance that they're not going to stay in if you have them upside down, which is a little because, you know, the blades are obviously rectangle and rectangle instead of the normal round peg and a square hole, but it still can't really hold them, so that's unfortunate. Plus, you're technically supposed to store them, like, in here somewhere. I've tried it, it doesn't really work. I don't get it. Never mind, I do get it. I just had to flip it the other way around. It's directly in the center. That's actually a really clever and neat spot to put that. Starting off with the articulation, we have the head, which is on a ball joint that is on a hinge, so that can give you a giggity giggity goo, and he can basically turn his head not all the way around, but that much, down that much, up that much. These little yellow bits are on hinges, so they can go all the way down, and if you untap them again, up, and they can go all the way forward, but that doesn't look as good, so have them at a nice little angle, and do be careful of the V-fin. Now, going to the backpack before we go to the rest of the body, this is on a swivel joint, and that also moves up and down, and this is on a ball joint, so that can move all the way around, up and down, everything a ball joint can do, and as I demonstrated earlier, these cannons can move out. This also moves out technically. It's on a ball joint that just kind of slides in and out, and I didn't detail that up because I'm never going to use that feature. Now, moving to the rest of the body. He has a full 360 degree rotation, forward that far, backwards that far. He's mostly going to be backwards due to the backpack. Now, shoulders actually have a really cool moving forward feature, which normally you would see on something like a robot Damashi, but no, in a high grade, you can just do that. That's before they did it in the Zaku for the Revive. And his arm is it's technically full 360 turn, but the backpack gets in the way. Arm can move up that far, down that far, and cross that far. And of course, it's just a single jointed elbow, so that's not amazing, but 360 at the bicep, 360 ball joint at the wrist. Basically does everything a ball joint can do. Then these are on hinges. See? Hinges. I don't know why they're on hinges. Okay, they're the side skirts pretty much. And then leg moves technically, up that far. So there we go. Leg moves up basically 90 degrees, which is really good for such a chunky bot. And legs move back that far. Still pretty decent for chunky bot. And these are the splits. These are the splits. I just overextended them. So no, it's unfortunately not as good as the Marvel Legends Spider-Man. However, basically, you get him in any position you want him. Now, for the double jointed knees, you can get 90 degrees. And that is due to the, of course, double joint. And then you have the little flip up here. And this is on a rotating hinge, basically. So that can move back and forth, and then there's an extra ball joint at the foot itself, and that can go all the way around, do everything a ball joint can do. And all of that allows you to get him into some really cool and dynamic poses, which I think are just really fun despite his general chunky nature. You wouldn't expect this thing to pose so well, but for the most part, it poses really nicely and smoothly. Okay, let's get this guy into the size comparison. Here we have the Yellow Park EVA Unit 2 and the M1 Estray from Gundam Seed. SH Figure Arts Deku and SH Figure Arts Tanjiro, Rebel Teko Chaku, and SHF Okarun. Finally, we have Rob and the always bulky Sazabi. What, you thought I was gonna say Zaku 3? Okay, well that's just bad comedy. Overall, I recommend this figure. Yeah, he's like 16 bucks. Pick him up. He's really cool, fun. You'll enjoy him. Even if you're not really a model kit person, if you built any model kits, even a Lego, I recommend him. It's a fun figure. If you like action figures, it's a fun figure. If you like Gundams, you're gonna like it. If you like chunky mechs, you're gonna like him. So yeah, that's my verdict. So please get this guy. He's really cool. And see you next time. Please like and subscribe. It's time for the poses.